I didn't think that the first 3 weeks of 2024 were going to be dominated by Disney Star Wars talk, considering there's nothing releasing. There's no movie that's coming out anytime soon. We don't even know when the next Star Wars project is coming out.
And if you think you're going to go into the movie and recapture your childhood, you're setting yourself up for disappointment.
My greatest asset, to be honest, is that I'm a woman.
Hold on.
Between The Acolyte or Skeleton Crew or whatever. But the first 3 weeks have been dominated by Disney Star Wars talk, in large part because Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy decided to open her fat mouth on that CNN New Year's Day interview.
You can say that the force is strong with this one.
It's about time that we had a woman come forward to shape the story in a galaxy far, far away.
Talk about how incredible it is that she, a woman, is going to be leading a story in the Star Wars universe, as if there haven't been enough women with their hands all over Disney Star Wars over the past 12 years of failure. But what it's led to now, the insane rumors and reports and speculation that are out there are crazy, because you can't buy into one of these rumors without completely rejecting the other. Either there's been no script turned in ever, or there's been 6 iterations of a script. Oh, and by the way, there's either been one script that got rejected with a bunch of notes about how the entire thing has to be rewritten, or we already have all of the story leaks. We know what's going to happen.
I don't believe what I'm hearing.
The reality is Disney Star Wars rumors are wild like this, in my opinion, because of like one big reason. It's because Lucasfilm has been a nightmare. For a decade, it's been a nightmare. There's been so many things that have been canceled, so many things that have been shit canned, so many things that have been completely rewritten from the ground up, that people are able, whether they actually heard something or not, to just put out the wildest shit. And people can actually see it as, you know what? I could see Lucasfilm doing something like that, because that's how bad it is.
My trust in them has been shaken.
Yeah, I mean, dude, at the end of the day, we've talked about this more times than I can count. And I truly am astonished that we're still here in 2024 talking about the incompetence of the leadership at Lucasfilm. I can't believe that we're still here. We have been talking about this since 2017.
That doesn't compute.
2017. How many companies get to fail for that many years? How many?
This is embarrassing.
This is insane. There's like, at least with Marvel, like Marvel has had legitimate successes. When did Endgame come out?
2019.
Okay, so at least and that was the biggest movie of all time. You know what I mean? So that came out in 2019. And then
Until
even
Avatar
there,
re-released or whatever.
So yeah, and then of course they've still had some financial, like real financial successes, even though that it was clear that they were struggling to maintain that insane level of success they had. Disney Star Wars has been failing since 2017. It went from $2 billion with The Force Awakens, and the drop started happening in 2017. And then Solo lost money. And then everything started to fall apart after that. And it's been incompetence from that point forward. They have produced nothing that can be deemed a success, with the exception of The Mandalorian Season 1. And was Season 2 considered a success as well?
I think from the broad perspective, I think it was. Again, yeah. I had a lot of problems with it.
Right.
I thought people were fucking insane for falling for this gimmicky, key jangling bullshit when the writing was horrific. But I think from the broad audience perspective, the return of dead eyes, bastard eyes, fake Luke Skywalker, who literally doesn't say anything to anyone, just kidnaps the baby and fucking leaves, which is not what Luke Skywalker would act like. People were going crazy over it.
Yeah, so outside of it, because I'm trying to be as fair as I possibly can. So like Mandalorian Season 1 and 2, and by the way, a success is not just like something that people watched or a movie that made money. Like just because it made money doesn't mean it's just automatic success. Like, did it have positive momentum? Mandalorian Season 1 had positive momentum. Mandalorian Season 2 had positive momentum. Nothing else they've done. Am I wrong? Has anything else they've done had positive momentum coming out of it? Like anticipation for the next? Anything?
Ray who?
Like maybe
I don't
maybe,
think so.
Maybe Andor? And I know it's Andor, but we call it Andor because it's a Beardo meme. Beardo.
Yeah, what do you mean we? I've never called it that in my life.
No. But
I don't even know what that is.
It's a meme now. Like it's a meme to call it Andor. But anyway, I know people liked Andor. I do know that. Is Ripa in the chat? What's up, Ripa? But yeah, but I know Andor did have. I would say that had positive momentum for the 13 people that watched it in its entirety. But the problem was no one really watched it. So anyway, long story short,
I don't care.
How they're getting away with this, I don't know. And that leads us to the Rey movie, which is, if you look at all of the information coming out about the Rey movie, it's very much representative of Lucasfilm. They have no idea what they're doing. None. It's crazy.
And I think, again, after that one article came out on World of Real, that's like, oh, there's problems. I mean, like what that one fucking article, based on everything else I can see. And of course, if people want to try to force a narrative, they will do that. They will, well, it's clearly just Lucasfilm damage control. Everybody that I've seen talking about this, that not to say all these scoopers are 100% right or any of them are 100% right, but from what I've seen, it pretty much sounds like it's just business as usual. They're going back and forth with script drafts and things like that, that it's not delayed indefinitely. That's not canceled. Sharmina Chinoy's not fired. That all of that was really just fucking bullshit that was spun out there. Now, why was it spun out there? Who said that? Who knows? That's for anybody to decide. But all of it is just a testament to the leadership failures at Lucasfilm, because the wildest crazy shit could come out. Like right now, you could hear a story that, oh, by the way, Sharmina Obaid-Chinoy has actually been made vice president of Lucasfilm now.
When you can play the woman card, you play the woman card.
What? What are you thinking? I mean, thank you. I'll come again.
And like they've hired a different like black activist in a wheelchair this time to take over that movie. And the writer's also been fired. And by the way, it's going to bring back the deceased corpse of Luke Skywalker, and like Han Solo and Luke Skywalker's corpse are going to have gay sex. Like they could do anything. And you would buy that it might actually happen from Disney Star Wars, because we've seen them do insane things time after time and completely destroy the brand. So I think that's why Star Wars specifically, the rumors will go crazy because it's believable. There's nothing that people think this company's not dumb enough to do.
You have done that yourself.
Yep, 100%. So continue on with the nonsense surrounding the Rey movie. And look, I really want the Rey movie to release immediately, like as soon as possible. Bring it out as soon as possible. I am excited for the Rey movie. I am so excited. I can't wait for this movie. I don't think I've been this excited for a Star Wars project in a long time. Can't wait. It's going to be a shit show. There's no way you're going to convince me that this Rey movie is going to be good.
I bypassed the oppressor.
It's going to be feminism. It's going to be man bad, woman good. That's all it's going to be. Bring it out, baby. Let's go. I can't wait. I'm going to turn this back into a fucking Star Wars channel and start gaining subs again. Let's go.
We're never going to catch lightning in a bottle again. We had a beginning, a middle, and an end. Let's let the memories suffice.